Hi, folks. How are you all doing today? So, we're going to learn about web development, right? We've started off that series, and I'm very excited for this as this is going to be something new for you all to learn. Along with that, we're doing script-based coding for the first time in this channel, right? So, yeah, I'm very excited about this web development series. Looking forward, today we'll be learning about few tags, right, which are pretty much important and which you definitely have to understand because these are the very basic tags, of course, right? But yes, they have a lot of significance while it comes to any web page, right? So we'll be learning about these things today, and yeah, hoping to create a small project with with these tags which we're learning today. Maybe I can just try creating a small web page for you, okay, without styling it basically because we have not yet come across CSS, right? So cascading style sheets I'm talking about. Yeah, we've not come across, so I'm not really touching upon the styling part today, okay, because we have to understand more about tags in HTML. Only then I think that would be very easy for you to understand CSS and the styling part of it after learning some tags and all, right? So I'm not really telling anything about CSS today, but yes, we'll learn about style part in the coming future, in the near future. Okay, so that's gonna happen, and of course, now. So let's just quickly get started with our content today with p tag and input tag and label tag. Okay, so let's see and understand all these things, right? So before starting off with this web lab project which we're creating today, I also would like to tell you all guys that uh, I mean, I've reached a milestone and I'm so happy that I've reached this milestone. Like it's been more than a month now, and I'm so happy to create videos, right? Uh, I've actually reached this 40 video mark, right? So I'm so happy about that. It's gonna be 50 soon in the next coming few days, right? I'm so excited for this. I've created these many videos and I've become a content creator. It just makes me feel so happy about it. But yes, I'm so happy to share this with you all guys. And yeah, now, now you're all part of my family, folks hub, and I absolutely feel like this is a family, right? We're creating a new community here, and I hope to see many more people joining this community. And yeah, we should be moving forward ahead, learning, coding, enjoying all of this journey. Yeah. Right, absolutely. And yeah, if you've not been watching my series yet, please do go back to my channel, Folks Hub. Open the playlist. We have plenty of them now. In a month, yes, of course, we have plenty of them now. But yes, so you can watch all of them in sequence to understand the content. And yeah, getting started with our video today. I think I've spoken so much. Yeah, let's click on this web lab to start off a new project. Like I told you, we are going to just learn about three tags today. But yes, of course, these are very important tags, right? P tag, label tag, and so P tag, label tag, and input tag. Okay, so yeah, we understood about this interface already, so I'm not getting into this much. This is the file tree here. Then we have this interface where we can start off coding, and then you can see this on the right side. You can see the output screen, right? Now we know we have to start off in the body section, right? So we understood the normal basic syntax or skeleton of the HTML page, right? So HTML head link, then inside the body tags we're writing this. Yeah. So let's start, right? Just give me a second. Okay, I think I have few adjustments to be done here. All right, now back. So yeah, p tag, right? What is p tag? So we understood about heading tags yesterday. I mean, in the previous session, if I have to tell you, right? So there were six heading tags, and the most important heading being H1, right? So H1 has this priority. We understood how to write tags. Basically, this is the syntax of opening tag, and this is the syntax of closing tag, right? And whatever the content you want to write, you can absolutely start off here. Correct. Now I'm just writing. Let's start off creating a registration form, kind of. Okay. I'm just creating a sample of it, right? Don't really worry. Yes. So H1, this is about the H1 thing. Now, let's understand about this P tag. P tag is nothing but a paragraph tag, right? So whenever you want something on a new line, where you want to display something on a new line, right? Or some paragraph with a few lines in it, okay, you can absolutely use p tag for it, right? So this is a paragraph tag where you can start writing something in multiple lines also. Okay, so let's suppose I'll just copy this registration form, right? And I'll just paste it here. Then I'll give so many spaces over here. Again, I'll paste it. Click on enter, paste it. I'm just doing it like this, right? But you can see I gave so many spaces here. I went on to the next line and again I started off typing. But whatever I am doing here, that this is not really or exactly doing the same thing here, right? So it is absolutely giving this in the form of a paragraph itself, right? It started off on a new line. That is the first thing you have to observe. And here I gave so many spaces, but it ignored all of them, right? It ignored this new lines, right? But it is absolutely showing them in single line and in the form of a paragraph, correct? This is what happens with a paragraph tag. Okay, paragraph tag always starts off in a new line, and whatever the content you're writing, it doesn't really display in the same format you want it to display, correct? So it will just combine everything. It ignores all the extra spaces, new lines and all, right? It just displays everything into one single paragraph. That's it. Okay, this is about paragraph tag, right? And this is all how it works. Okay, now we understood about this paragraph tag, right? Don't worry, I'll just let it be like this, because we don't know what do we have to write here. So let's put it off like that, right? And then next, now for any form we actually know, right? It will be asking you for giving or for entering your full name. Then you should be entering a text box. I mean, there should be a text box for you to enter something, some text over there, right? And yeah, let's start off writing it. Why to waste time on discussion much? So, okay, so label tag is again using label itself. You'll be writing the label tag, of course. Okay, this is to display some text on the screen, right? So, for suppose I want to display full name on screen. That, oh, I'm sorry about this. Huh? Am I serious? Okay, so full name. Okay, so this is how you can just display some text, right? Using the label tag. Okay, next thing, next I want to show input tag. Okay, why? Because after full name, you should have some box to enter or type something, correct? So let's start off with the input tag, and input tag is a exception basically, right? What kind of exception it is? So we have opening tag and closing tag for all kinds of tags here, right? But there are few exceptions I told you yesterday, where few tags really do not have the closing tag, correct? So there's only a opening tag for input, but you really do not have a closing tag for input. Okay, so this you have to keep in mind, and you have to remember this. Then, so in input tag or in any input tag, the first thing you do is you write the type of it. Okay, what type of input are you expecting from the user, right? So I'm writing type. So am I expecting a button? or am I expecting a checkbox to be appearing, or it is a color, date, time? We have multiple of them here, right? I am just expecting text from my user, correct? Because full name is a text, right? So that's why I'm expecting text, and the type of this input should be text only. Okay. Now what next? After type, we also have to give the name of this input. Okay. So I'm writing name, and inside this you can give any appropriate name, right? So this is for full name, right? So that's why I'm just giving f name. Okay, you can give full name also, no problems at all, right? This is also fine. Okay, so always in HTML we prefer writing the tag names in small letters only. Okay, and the attributes and values also mostly we prefer writing in small letters only. Okay, so this is about the input tag, right? You can see the output also over here. Now you can start typing something over here. Okay, this is absolutely possible now. Input tag is to take input from your user. Okay, then what next after full name? After full name, there can be uh, Gmail, right? Or email, right? Sorry, not Gmail exactly, because someone have Yahoo, Outlook, right? So it's email. Okay. To display that, again, we need to write this label tag, and this is compulsory, right? And closing the label tag is also compulsory. Okay, then don't forget doing this while writing opening tag. You straight away do the closing tag also, right? This is for you to avoid any syntactical errors, right? Of course HTML is not so particular about it, but yeah, there might be some cases where bugs can occur, right? So we don't really want, or we should not or should never give a chance for your computer to create that bug, right? So that's why we have to be always perfect while doing the task. Okay, so let's write email ID. Okay, you can see what is happening here. I am writing this on a new line, correct? Even then, your HTML is considering that to be on the same line. Why this happens? Because HTML doesn't really know how to format your things. It just knows about the tags. Whatever the tag you're writing, it just does the same thing. Okay, it doesn't really know how to align your things. It doesn't really know how to style your things. Nothing it knows. It only knows the tag and how to create that content on the page. That's it, right? So if you want to align your elements, you manually have to do that. Okay, so after this input tag, I want a new line, right? I want a line gap at least. So I'm using this br tag, break tag, basically, right? So br tag is another exception where it doesn't really have a closing tag. You just have to write this opening tag, that's it. Okay, so BR tag is like a break tag which breaks the line. Okay. So after input tag, I'm breaking the line. You can see it just is in the next line now. Okay. If you want to give a 2 line gap, then you can just straight away write one more break tag. That's it. Now you can see it gave you 2 line spaces. Okay. Now after the label tag, I again wanna take input, right? Because input should be definitely be there, right? Because he has to give the email ID, no? So let's write type. Okay. So that this time the type is going to be email. Okay, we have this email type, right? Why? What is the difference between the text and email? Email actually has at the rate symbols, right? To recognize that thing, we have this email type. Okay, HTML do recognize that thing. Okay, then we can give the name also, of course. This is pretty mandatory. Then we can give email itself. Any appropriate name is fine. Okay, so we use these names while coding. If you want to code for this specifically, then you can use this name basically. Okay, so that's why we do write this one. And next thing we have to do is two break tags, right? So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. That's it. Now next, again we need a label tag. Okay, then closing tag of label. Now we'll write the text within this. So we have full name, we have email ID, right? So what if you want to create something Okay, where you want a number input, let's suppose. So let's create age. Okay, basically, in any registration form you really do not fill age, but yeah, I want to show you how to take a number input, so that's why I'm just writing age. Okay, so, or you can say phone number, right? That is absolutely asked, correct? So phone number or mobile number, okay, anything. So then I'll write the input tag. Okay, first write the type. So for only accepting numbers in the text input, we have the type called as number. Okay, so when you give this, only numbers are acceptable, right? It can't really take any alphabet or any other special character. Okay, so if I just click on this and if I say plus, it gives this because it is something like a mathematical operator kind of, right? If I say dollar, you can see dollar is not really coming. I'm just clicking on it multiple times, but still it's not giving that. I'm using characters like A, B, C, D. These are also not coming because the type is not any alphabet or a special character, but this is number type, right? So it only accepts those things. Okay, so if I start writing numbers, you can see it is absolutely accepting those. Okay, then we have to write name. Let's write name. Name as phone number. Okay, anything you can write, but I'm just writing this. Okay, next thing, another label I want to show, and let's write. So what next can we take as input? Okay, so we have the full name, we have email ID, phone number. So sometimes what happens, we also need to fill gender, right? Okay, so before filling the gender, let's take date of birth. Okay, so I'm just writing date of birth. Then let's write input tag. Okay, input. So we know first type, and you have this date here. Okay, you can take that, so you can see automatically it is giving this calendar option here, right? So this is how it works. Okay, so very simple and easy, right? Then name, we can give dob. This is appropriate, right? Next another label tag, basically. Sorry, label, closing tag of label. Now let's say gender. Okay. So for gender, you have multiple options for your user now, right? So how do you give those options to your user? So basically, we have this kind of thing like a radio button, right? If you have watched my previous series, App Lab series, right? In that, we have created a form in the app, correct? There we have used this radio button. Okay. If you guys don't remember that, please do go back to my channel and see that. Okay. So what is a radio button and all? So we are creating input tag and we are creating that radio button over here. Okay. So if you say type, let's just go down. So here you can see radio, right? So when you click on it, this becomes a radio button. You can see this here. This is a radio button. Okay. Now type radio. Okay. Then name. If you want, you can give name. Name is mm, male, let's suppose, because male, female, and others I want to specify, right? So then if you want to give something beside this, right? Like there should be a value beside this, right? So let's give value also. Okay, value being male. Okay, and then what next we have to do? So in the input tag we wrote type radio, name male, value also male, right? So you also have to display this, correct? So to display this, we will be writing mail. Okay, just a second. So let's start writing mail. Right. Okay, you can see this mail now. So now the same kind of a thing we have to do for female. right? So let's do that. And for others, okay? So this will become female now, and the value will become female now. Here also this should be female, right? Then name others, value others. Here also we have to show others. You can see male, female, and others. If I click on it, if I click on it, if I click on it, you can see these three are clickable now, correct? Why this is happening? Because we have not really declared this as a form, right? So that's why this is happening, okay? And if you give IDs for each, okay, then it really doesn't happen, okay? Now, next thing, we understood how to create input box now. Sorry, we of course we understood how to create input box, how to create a date type thing, and radio button also, okay? What next we can do on any form? We can also have a declarations kind of a statement, right? So let's do that also. Input. Okay, before input I think we need this break thing, right? So let's just type break. Now again we have to give the type. I'll just scroll down. So this is the type checkbox, because declaration statements always are done here in a checkbox, right? I'm just doing this because so that we can get some space, right? Okay. So checkbox and yeah, name, agreement, you can say. Okay. You can write whatever you want over here, right? Like I agree to terms and conditions, something like this. Okay. You'll have something like this kind of a statement, right? So that's why I'm just doing this thing. And lastly, we'll have a button. We can create button in two forms. Okay. First one is using the input tag, you can create a button. Okay. So this will be more flexible basically, because you can give the type button, you can give type submit, right? So let's write input first. And using a button tag also, you can absolutely create a button, and that's up to you how you are creating this. Type. So let's give the type as submit button. Okay. So we have this submit here. You can use that type. Okay. And value is also submit, because inside the button you have to show that, right? So that's why it is important. Okay. After this terms and conditions, let's just put the break tag, right? Okay. That's it. Value submit. Okay. So this is how we just created a small form here, right? And yeah, so this is how it is, and how to write these tags. I hope you understood p tag, label tag, and input tag. In input tag we saw type text, email, number, date, radio, checkbox, submit. There's a type called as button, and there are many types like you saw in the options also, right? So input is like it's a very useful tag, and one of the very prominently used tags, because you can see the use of it, right? It's absolutely used, right? Okay, this is all about it, and I hope you understood everything whatever we have been discussing in our today's session: break tag, input tag, label tag, and p tag. Okay, if you have any queries, concerns, please do comment in the comment section below. Do let me know about your questions. Okay, not only that, in the comment section below, please do send your links also, right, where you're creating your projects, because that's when I know actually if you're creating the projects or not, if you're applying your own creativity or no, right? So please do submit those things, right? And I'll be very happy to see them and comment on them again, right? give you a nice feedback or learn something from your project also. Okay. So yes, until my next video, you know what you have to do, right? So you just have to watch all my videos in the series in sequence. Okay. I always mention this because we have discussed so many things, and you have to, if you have to understand something which is created in today's session, that means you have to understand what happened in the previous session, right? So that's why I always say to do this in a sequence. Okay. And the next thing I would like to mention is, yeah, please do share these videos with the ones which you feel like these are helpful and all, right, and who can't really afford for a costly coding course. Okay. So we know these days coding courses are very much costly, and these are not really available at at a very less cost with a teacher guiding you, correct? So here I'm providing you with that at a free of cost. Okay. So do understand about this and do share all the videos. Okay. My channel, if you want, you can share it, playlist, anything. Okay. So yes, so this was all about our today's session, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye guys, and have a great day. Oh.